Hello there, 8th grade students. Welcome to our lesson on circumference and area for circles. You might have a little bit of experience doing this. We actually talked about it a little bit at Pi Day, but we need to actually do it and make sure that we are all able to find it correctly, hopefully. I will tell you your calculator will be really helpful for you during this lesson. So if you would, make sure you have that available. And this is gonna be our note template, even though it just looks like a worksheet, but I just thought it would be easiest to just work through some examples and hopefully be able to knock this out in one video. Might need a little bit of a second one. We'll see where we are here in a few minutes. But to begin with, to find the circumference, what that is that's the distance around a circle. It's the perimeter of a circle, but we don't call it a perimeter. With circles, we use the word circumference. Perimeter is used when we talk about shapes that are called polygons, which means they have only straight sides and are closed. To find the circumference, it's really pretty easy. All you need to do is use this formula. C is going to represent the distance of the circumference around the circle, and all you have to do is take the number 2. It's always the number 2 times the value of pi times the radius. Okay, so the radius is the distance from the center to the edge. If you recall the circle song, the center to the edge is the radius. Or we also could use this formula. The circumference is equal to pi times the diameter, because the diameter is the same thing as 2 radiuses. Okay, so it's really pretty simple. Now for the sake of our work, what we're going to do for pi, we are going to use 3.14 for pi. And I would like you to use that instead of using the button on your calculator. That way we will all get more answers that are easier to grade. Even though using the pi button is more accurate, let's just manually type in 3.14 when we find pi, and I think our life will be a lot easier for us. Okay, so let's just jump right in and see how to do that. Well, if I look at number 1, I look at this circle, it's asking me for the circumference, so again, write everything down that I write down. What we know in number 1 is that the diameter is equal to 13 meters. Okay, so to find the circumference, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, let's call these formulas up here version 1 and version 2. Well, I'm going to use number 2 because I have the diameter in the question. So all I have to do here is take 3.14 and multiply that times 13. That's pi. 3.14 is pi. Multiply that times 13, and you're going to get the answer. So grab your calculator and punch that in and see if you get what I get. 3.14. I'm doing that here at my desk. 3.14 times 13. That came out to be 40 and 82 hundredths. Now it's meters. It's a linear measure because we went around. We're just measuring that distance of the outside of the circle. So there it is, 40.82. It's that simple. That's all you need is one of those diameter or radius measures, and then you can find it just by multiplying it times 3.12. Sorry, 3.14. Okay, so for number 2, I'll change colors here. I'll do number 2. If we did the same thing, the circumference here, let's mark what I have. I know in this question that the radius is equal to 3. So that means that the circumference is 3 times 2 times 3.14. Oops, let's squeeze in that 0.14. 3 times 2 times 3.14. So I used this formula right here. That's why I put the 2 in there. And you can see I kind of put them in out of order. I hope that didn't confuse you too much, but it doesn't matter. When I multiply, I can switch the order up all I want. And now I'm just going to punch all that in my calculator. And I'll do that, you do that, and I'll do that, and we'll see if we agree. Ends up being 6 times 3.14. The circumference of this is 18.84 meters. Oh, I'm sorry, it's feet. It's feet. I can check my label there. So that's how you find circumference of a circle. If you know either the diameter or the radius, you just do that. So number 5, I'll do that one as well. I'll go back to my blue. Number 5, I know that the diameter is 15. So I'm going to use C equals pi d. So I'm going to take 3.14 times the diameter, which is 15. That's what I meant to write there. Put that in my calculator. And that's equal to 47.1. Simple. And that is inches, because it's the distance around. If we go down and take a look at these word problems, let's just do one of these. If it's, let's just do number 7. If there's a wheel on a bike, has a diameter, let's draw just a nice little quick circle there. You have a diameter of 10 feet. You want to find the diameter of this circle. I just drew the picture of what I read. You want to find the circumference. You have the diameter. We know that diameter is 10. All right, so the circumference is equal to 10 times 3.14. Put that in your calculator, and you'll get 31.4 feet. And that's actually really nice to know, because every time this bicycle rotates one time, you can calculate now how far you've gone, 3.14 feet. Pretty simple for us. So that's finding the circumference. That's all you need to do on this side for notes. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That's only a 6-minute video. It's nice and short, but I'm going to do an area lesson next, and I think I'll need a little more time than I have here. So I'm going to stop this one, and we'll start up with video 2, which will cover how to find the area. It's pretty simple. It's a little trickier than this, but get familiar with your calculator will get you worked out real quick.